SHMACKEMAGOB, everybody, and Happy New Year! Yes, I shaved my face, 2020. Probably gonna grow it out again, but sometimes I get spontaneous and do crazy shit. And it's the news. Everybody loves the news when I do the news. So this time, I have somebody working with me on the news that's going to help edit it and add the pictures above me and captions and so forth. None other than, yes, unbelievable. He's been great lately. Got me a lot of Christmas presents. He's been nothing but sweet and nice. I'm talking about the FUKK puppet.
Thank you so much, Dr. FUKK. You know, I really love you, and I've been wrong. And, you know, I appreciate everything you've done for me. You let me live rent-free in your place. And seriously, I really let the kiss retardation get the best of me. I am very sorry. I apologize. And I want to do everything in my power to make it up to you. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to help you be the guy that puts pictures above your head and put little captions during your news report. Thank you so much, Dr. FUKK.
Right on, man. I really appreciate all the kind words. So what do you say we get into this?
Right on, buddy. So let's do this. Let's do the news.
All right, starting it off with Paul Di'Anno. I touched upon this last week, that, you know, he's having problems. He's in a wheelchair. And he says he hasn't walked in 4 years because his knee is messed up and he's waiting for some operation. And, you know, he's on a waiting list, so it might take a while. So, very, very sad to hear, but he said he's never going to play a show again, or probably wasn't, but in this recent interview, he hasn't mentioned that, so hopefully he's going to get better when they replace his knee. He said, you know, his right, I believe it's his right leg is perfectly fine, his left leg is totally messed up. So, and another shocking thing he said, I was very surprised by this, where he said he wants KK Downing back in Judas Priest. He says he deserves to be in there. And what I find very surprising about that was, you know, KK didn't say the kindest things about him in the book. You know, if you read KK's book, he said, you know, Paul Di'Anno said some stuff in the press, how they're going to blow Judas Priest off the stage and so on. And he turns around and said that. And you know what? I totally agree with him, but realistically, it may not happen. I just want, like I said last time, I want KK, Les Binks, Dave Ellefson, Ripper to go out and tour the States and come to South Florida, or at least Florida. I'll travel Florida to see it. You know, Florida's like, takes 8 hours and more to get out of here. Florida is not a little state. I get a lot of people leaving me messages saying, hey, are you going to this show in Tampa and Orlando and Jacksonville? And I'm like, it's not like a lot of you people out there that live in New York and just can go to Philadelphia in a couple hours or less. You know, here it's several hours. So it's got to be something very important for me to drive that much. And that show is very important to me. And in other Iron Maiden news, reports are that they finished their new album. So I guess, you know, now the mixing and stuff is involved. So looks like we're going to be getting a new Iron Maiden album in 2020, and, you know, I mean, I know I'm the minority here. I'm not really the biggest Maiden fan, but, you know, as far as the later stuff, but I gotta admit, you know, I really liked the song Book of Souls, and there was a couple songs off that last album I kind of liked. I think it was their best album since Bruce has been back. I know a lot of people would point to Brave New World and stuff like that. Not me. I mean, that one had its moments, but I like Book of Souls more. But it was just a couple songs. A lot of it was too long. I mean, I hope they shaved down on the songs, man. You know, because it's just, to me, it's more plotting and long, and I hope they surprise me. Well, in sad news, Bobby Brown, the girl from the Cherry Pie video, and Once Bitten, Twice Shy, and I'm On To You by Hurricane, she has got a new book coming out talking about how Jani Lane, who she was married to, the singer Warrant, said that he was drugged and raped by a popular musician. And that's terrible, man. What do you think, Fuck Puppet, about that?
Yeah, you know, I don't think this is a laughing matter. I think rape is not funny, and I really feel bad for the guy. And I hope they expose who this guy is that did this.
Amen, brother. Well, you know, I hope too that they expose who this person is. I think this person needs to be exposed because, you know, rape is not a funny matter. I mean, there's nothing funny about it. So I have no idea who this person can be. And there's also like an audio clip of Jani Lane saying, you know, he was raped, but he said it kind of in passing. He said, well, you know, because they asked him about, you know, hey, look, we heard you were fired from the band, and he said, bullshit, I've been lied to, I've been lied about, I've been cheated, I've been raped, I've been this and that. So he kind of said it in passing, but you could take that as, you know, he was raped by, you know, getting fucked over. You know how a slang term for being messed over, you know, is rape. But I admit, I'm not a fan of Warren. But, you know, I really like that song, Uncle Tom's Cabin. I thought that was a really cool song. So, sad to hear. That's probably why he had so many problems in his life. You know, he was scarred. You know, it's not just girls, you know, that get messed up with rape. I mean, guys too, especially if you're raped by men. Jeez. I mean, I've seen a lot of, man, have you guys ever noticed like all these reports of teachers molesting their students and they're all hot? All these teachers are hot. You know, I mean, you know, we're all going through puberty back then. It was like, damn, I wish that happened to me. Look, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When I was 13 years old, I lost my virginity to a 36-year-old woman, and, you know, that's statutory rape, isn't it? I was raped, but I was willing. It's a whole crazy story, so. But, you know, I mean, I don't think it affected me. Maybe it did. I am kind of wacky. Another thing happening right now as I film this, and I'm very, very bummed I'm not there, is the 70 Tons of Metal cruise. I just saw some footage of violence. But I gotta say, man, this year, I mean, man, very disorganized toward, like, there was so many bands not announced till, like, the end, like, very close to it, and boy, all these bands they announced, I was like, whoa, Violence, Havoc, Candlemass, Exodus, oh my God, I can go on and on, Suffocation, Emperor, I would love to see Emperor. And I know I'm missing a lot of bands. Possessed, you know, a lot of bands I haven't seen. I would wish I was on that cruise. But I did go to the pre-cruise show, which, by the way, this band I'm wearing here, Midnight Spell. Look them up. If you like traditional heavy metal, that's just amazing. They got a song called Between the Eyes on YouTube, a video. And it's a badass video. Check that out. It's very cool. And Satan's Taint is a band with Bobby Gustafson from Overkill, the original guitar player. They were amazing that night. And some local bands, A Glorious Death and Body Blow. All bands delivered. They were awesome. International audience was there. It was a cool night out. And but man, I felt so much envy. And I still feel envy for everybody on that ship. A lot of my friends are on that ship. And they're filming now. You know, because now they got Wi-Fi for now till they get deep in the ocean. And the footage I saw of Violence was like, damn, man, I wish I was there so badly. But, you know, what can you do, man? I'm very suffering without it, but hopefully next year. But hopefully it's better organized next year. All right, it's been a very slow news week, so I only got 2 more stories left. Ozzy Osbourne is working with Elton John with... on a new song. I don't know if it's going to appear on the new album, maybe. I gotta say, man, these last 2 Ozzy songs, I really, really don't like. You know, I haven't really been crazy about a lot of Ozzy stuff, you know, but these 2, man, I'll take the worst Ozzy songs over these 2 new ones I heard. It's just terrible. I mean, but that's just a musical opinion, so... what he's going to do with Elton John, you know what? I love Elton John. I love Ozzy, so I'm curious to see what they come up with, but I'm not holding my breath on anything good, but I'm also the type that, hey, let me hear it first, and then I'll pass a judgment. I just want to be very surprised by that. I really do. And the final story is Paul Stanley is now slamming the news channels for creating a division in people and also like a dangerous climate. And I guess, you know, he does have a point. You know, you got your Fox News network, and then you got your CNNs and all that stuff. And then you have the followers of both of them that take everything they say to heart, and they just slam everybody. I did say last week that I'm not going to get political, but it's a slow news week, and I'm still not going to get political, but it's part of a story, and you all love hearing about Kiss, like that dude over there. And, I happen to agree with him. You know, it's kind of like they ain't helping the matters, you know, because honestly, there is a lot of bias going on, you know, and, you know, one person can do one thing and it's okay, but when somebody else does the same thing, it's not okay, and that goes with both sides. I just wish this shit would stop. But, you know, we're human and everybody thinks they're right, so. I have my own political views, and I will tell my friends privately. I will never bring it to social media or my YouTube page. You know, I do have my views, but, you know, I only talk about it when asked, or if something comes up, I'll throw in my 2 cents. But just a terrible, terrible state we are living in now. It's just horrible, but that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully next week there'll be more news. Because every time I see something, you know, newsworthy, I make a little notepad and put them all in there so I can talk about it. And man, all week there's been none. It's been slow as hell. But, you know, whatever. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, thank you so much, Fuck Puppet, for editing.
Right on, Doctor. I'm sure when you watch this back after I'm done editing it, you're going to be very proud of me. And I'm proud of myself for actually making amends for all the horrible things I said about you. All lies. You rule like Kiss.
Right on, SHMACKEMAGOB.
SHMACKEMAGOB.
This video has been brought to you by Miami Metal Merchant. For your metal needs at competitive prices, visit MiamiMetalMerchant.com. Tell them Dr. Fuck sent you.